any sort of like open book testing, or is it all?
Your test is in class, closed book, closed notes,
Okay.
no surfing the web. But really, if you've been doing the homework, you've seen the terms. Yeah. When I do make the test, I actually, in the study guide, I make the test completely first, and then I just go down through the list of topics. Okay, so like you're saying, my study guide's kind of unique. It is. I really just say, oh, we talked about redundancy. Do you know what redundancy means when we're talking about databases?
It's like when fields repeat.
Yes, you're having to put data in more than once. Because the more you have to put data in than one time, the more likely you're going to make a mistake.
Is it short answer or multiple choice?
If there's an essay, I'll tell you there's an essay. I do not surprise essays. I tell you what they are. Most of the questions are going to be multiple choice, true, false.
Nice.
Yeah. Two. Make sure I'm recording. Yep. Definition. Like if I say field record, which one is a column?
Attributes are columns, right?
Fields are columns. Those are the attributes.
Okay.
Records are rows.
Yes.
Okay? And that's about, my entire student would be a record. Student's last name is a field. So attribute is the same thing as field. Records are a row. Entities are tables. It's just another name for it. QBE, know what that actually stands for? Query by example. Yeah. And know the parts of the screen. The grid layout, the show button.
What they do.
Exactly what they do. Computative fields know how to do that both in QBE and SQL. Remember in QBE, we found a blank column, right-clicked and went to zoom, and then we just typed in our formula. In SQL, we just did one.
Two combined.
You just combine it, yeah. So just know how to type it out in both formats. Comparison is an and or comparison operator.
Say that again.
Is and slash or, is that a comparison?
The comparison's like greater than less.
There you go. It sounds like a trick question, it's not. But yeah. In other words, basic math symbols, comparison greater than, less than. Criteria, just know the purpose of criteria, the fact that we're narrowing it down, and how to use it in both formats. In QBE, you have the checkbox, and right below it is your and or, and you may put equals 18 or 15 for the number. Know how to type it in SQL. On the SQL ones, I may give you examples of a criterion. You have to tell me which is the correct one to use.
But it'll still be multiple choice, right?
Yeah, you just have 4 choices, which is the correct code.
And that would be where.
Yeah,
Whatever.
where credit limit equals this.
Yeah,
Yep.
criteria just kind of closes in what you're looking
Exactly.
for.
But I will give you samples. You choose the right one. 17 compound criteria and or. Know how to do them both. And then know if one portion's true on an or statement, is the whole statement true? On an or one.
Yes.
Yes. As long as one part's true, everything's true. Selecting field names, we did this the first day. Remember, you can double click, you can use the arrows, you can drag. Just know the different ways to add your fields. Data types, that was probably close to chapter 1.
Yeah, it's near the end, closer
Yeah,
to the review stuff.
like number, text. Know what kind of things you can set, like date, time is a data type.
Date, time, amount.
Yeah. Wildcards. I know we talked about this. The asterisk and the question mark. Which one is for one or more characters?
The asterisk.
There you go.
Selects everything.
The question mark is for a single character. You don't use that one that much because you've really narrowed down your search. Then some SQL commands. Basically, like I just mentioned, I'll give you SQL commands. You have to tell me which one's which. What would be the correct group by statement? All right? And some of them will be very close. And some of them just may have one word difference. So don't just go, oh, that's the right style. Look, make sure it's got the right fields that I'm asking for. Integrity. This was definitely chapter 1. What's it mean something has data integrity? What does it mean when somebody has integrity?
They're like a straight arrow.
Yeah,
Like
it's
solid
got
straight.
truth.
Oh,
Data
okay.
integrity is true data.
Okay.
14 is just know the layout of the query design. So when we did create query design, know the parts of the screen. Relational database, pure definition. Know what it stands for.
Isn't that just a compilation of multiple relations in the database?
Tables have something in common.
Yeah.
Yep. 16, forms, queries, and reports. Know how to use all those. And really, what's the purpose?
Queries
Sure.
that like find specific
Yeah,
bits of information.
And advantage of what's the form do?
Makes it a prettier kind of content.
Yeah. Makes it pretty more user friendly.
Yep, and you only see what you need to see. Integrity constraint, definition, data independence. The fact that you can change things, not have to start everything over. Okay? This looks like possibly an essay question right here. Advantages and disadvantages of database systems. Know the advantage and disadvantage, but your short answer question is list the advantages of database processing. And if you remember, chapter 1,
It's like
Say or
data is easier to share.
there you go.
updated across
Share.
different things. It's easier to like
Yeah.
locate certain bits of data because it's like with Excel you have to open multiple Excel spreadsheets, whereas all of your
Yeah.
what do you call them?
Easier
Fields?
balancing, less
Yeah.
redundancy, more
There you go.
consistency, stuff like that.
Now, there's a giant list. I think on the test when I have it, it tells you, like, if it says 4 points, you only have to list 4. Now, if you're not sure if one of those 4 is really one of those 4, put an extra one just in case. You know, list 5 or 6 if you need to. And that way you have yourself a coverage one. And you don't have to, like, if you just say redundancy for one of them, that's true. You may not have to say control and redundancy. You could just say redundancy.
Just write consistency.
These are short answers. No essays on it. It's just basically list them. Oops, wrong one. Definition of primary key.
It's the way that your
That
database
each
is
record
sorted.
is identified.
Yeah, and it has to be something unique. Like a student ID is perfect. 21. Basically, you should know what the basic function commands do. Like, which one do you use to total up items? There you go. The specialized queries that we talked about, like delete, update a table, know how to use them in both formats. Okay, relational algebra. I am not making you write a relational algebra question out. Know the definition of the key terms, like project, select.
Intersect. Okay.
Exactly. Not sit there and write for 20 minutes.
Yeah, select is choose, fields, project is
Like which one's horizon, which one's the vertical subset.
Yeah.
There you go. Proper formatting of SQL command. I may give you examples and tell me which one's correct. You know, if I have select where, what am I missing?
A table.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm missing the from.
Field or table.
So know the basic parts. And 25 is just a reminder. I will give you examples. You just have to tell me which one meets the needs. I will also tell you once the test is over, I will grade your test the same time I grade the online test so I can see the stats and see if there's a question that's iffy. And there usually is. And all of a sudden when I get done grading both classes, all of a sudden your grade may go up. Because if I decide it's a bad question, I just give everybody the point. Because if I take it away, it actually may lower your score if I kick it out. Because if you had to write and I kick it out, now you don't have as many to write. So I just give everybody the point. Once I've got everybody's scores graded, I will email and let you know. For one thing, your essay, your short answer, it's going to grade it wrong automatically. And so wait till I say all good. Now you can look at your true score. Any questions about the test besides no notes, no books? Otherwise, you're officially done.